Hi Jack, so I'm responding to your video Babies Are Atheists, WHT, which I can only assume stands for what the hell. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, and I can't bother to really edit this video much, so I'm going to try and do the whole thing in one take, and hopefully I'm not going to make too many mistakes. I simply had to respond to this video because some of the things you were saying are quite frankly ridiculous. I've been over this before, and I really hope this is going to be my last video on the topic. Now, Jack, babies are atheists. I really don't see why this is so difficult to understand. Yes, babies can't talk. They haven't had any level of deep thought pondering the existence of a deity. They haven't had the ability to examine both sides of the argument. We could spend all day discussing the types of atheists and why people are atheists, but the fact remains that babies don't have a belief in God, and that's all that an atheist is. So I'll get to exactly why we make these arguments then. The statement babies are atheists is true, but yes, I will say that it is a very silly statement, and I'm quite happy to admit that. It all comes down to the saying, ask a stupid question, get a stupid answer. It's generally atheists responding to a stupid comment when we say something like this. When Christians, and it nearly always is Christians, say things like all atheists are evil, then sometimes we might respond by saying babies are atheists. They say something silly, we respond in a silly way. And we may also use the babies are atheists argument to demonstrate that atheism is the default position. I watched a video a while back, I think it was one of yours, where you were saying that atheism isn't the default position because atheists are such a minority. But no, regardless of the percentage of atheists, atheism is still the default position because people do not believe in God when they are born. They are, they're taught a belief in God. Their belief is changed, so they're changed from the default. Since you seem to have quite a bit of trouble actually understanding this, I'll give you another analogy. Supposing you buy a Toshiba laptop, for example, you turn it on, Windows is installed and everything, and you get the Windows XP logo on your background. That is the default. That is the default desktop image. It doesn't matter if every single person who buys that Toshiba computer changes their desktop to, say, a picture of the moon. Just because everyone has changed it doesn't make the moon the default picture. Then the default picture would still be the XP logo in this situation. Now, one of the reasons we make this argument is because some religious people call atheism a religion or a belief system. The default position argument is one way of showing that no, atheism is the lack of a belief, or a non-belief, if you will. It's not a belief system in itself, it's the fact that we don't believe something, and that doesn't make it a belief in itself. I'm going to tackle your problem with the word lack. I don't like using the word lack personally. I don't use it when I'm referring to myself being an atheist. I simply say I don't believe in God because that's accurate and that's all I should have to say. But I do understand why some people would say I lack a belief in God. Again, it's not the atheists who are the ones causing the confusion here, Jack. It's the theists who are saying to atheists, you believe there is no God. Atheism's a belief system, atheism's a religion, and then they go around making all sorts of assumptions based on someone simply not believing in God. So the atheist then may respond with, no, I lack a belief in God, and that's not the way I'd go about responding to it, but I can see why people would respond in that manner. Jack, there are groups which are defined by what they lack, or what they don't do. For example, pacifists lack violence, vegetarians lack eating meat, and non-smokers lack smoking. The only reason that these words exist in the first place is because there's a significant proportion of the population who smoke, eat meat, or resort to violence. If this wasn't the case, these words wouldn't exist. For example, we don't use the word a cannibalist to refer to everybody who isn't a cannibal, because cannibals aren't a significant proportion of the population, and people don't just assume that that other people are cannibals. Now, the same is of course true for the word atheist. If we lived in a world where nobody believed in God, or there was just a few small groups of people who believed in God, there would be no word for them. There'd be no need for the word atheist. So yeah, I'd just like to finish off by saying that I do wish people would stop using the word lack as well, and I do wish people would stop just referring to babies as atheists. But it's not us atheists who are starting this. It's generally as a response to silly arguments which theists use towards us. So anyway guys, that's it from me. Until next time, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.